Welcome to the Life Around 40 podcast, where four longtime friends dive into games, pop culture, the chaos of everyday life, and the eternal question.
Did you
what
say
the hell
four?
is going on, and how the hell do we get here?
Where's
what was
the
that,
fourth?
Drew?
You said four. You said four lifelong friends.
All right, we'll start it again. We'll do it again.
No, hell no. Leave it in.
Sir, is there another one you want to share with us, Greg?
Where is he?
If I told you where he was, we'd probably get kicked off YouTube. So,
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh,
Anyways,
That explains the white shit around his mouth.
fuck it. All right. Here are your hosts, Drew, Taylor, and myself, Graham. That was a great start. Thanks, guys. Perfect. All right.
Well,
So-
just trying to keep you honest.
Now that we started that way, how's everybody doing? How was everybody's week?
I realized today how old I am, and I don't like climbing ladders and carrying them all day.
Well, yeah, that's why I got out of doing that about 7 years ago. So
Yeah.
I was done with that.
I still like doing the physical labor, so either I'm just too stupid to get it through my head to stop doing that, or I don't know.
But some
It's
people
all
are.
right.
I think we've talked about this. You're kind of a masochist in the sense of like the games you play, and like it was. I talked to him. I think it was last year, and he was driving around for work, and I was like dying, just pouring sweat, almost 100 degrees. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm wearing a sweater today." I'm like, "What is wrong with you?"
Sometimes you got to challenge yourself, I feel like.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, I'm good.
I don't know
Life
if
is
that's the
challenging
word.
enough.
Yeah.
Life is challenging enough. So,
It doesn't need your help, kind of attitude.
no.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
By the time I drag my butt out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, that's challenge enough.
Yeah, I don't even get up that early, and it's challenging. So
Oh, see, I don't have that issue, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just gonna. I'll make up for it by just dying early, so you can.
well, I mean, even if you weren't challenging yourself, there was a pretty good chance of that, anyways. So
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like you and I are in a race to the end here. So
Well, that's not fair. You had a head start with the whole heart thing.
hey,
Man.
I never said the race was fair. I said it was just a race. Okay.
Oh goodness, but that and also I know it's only been just like the 2 episodes, but I don't really have too much hair left to shave here, so it's about as good as it's going to get.
You're really screwing up the logo and our intro, and we're gonna have to change the freaking intro for Taylor every episode now. So
Yeah.
I
like
don't
my
have any
face different.
color. I don't have any color left to give.
you're right. That
Pretty
is
much
the one
straight to
thing. That is one thing I have going for me is I still have all my hair and it's not really graying yet. So
To be fair, I mean, this is high school look, really, outside of a couple extra pounds. Like, come on now. Like, I always kept it.
You're
I don't
not
know,
far off.
I feel like the
Yeah.
widow's peak is a little worse.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So let's
Yeah, it's not
bygones be bygones here, okay?
I meant more of just keeping it buzzed and everything. It's
Yeah,
really,
you're right.
Now,
It's
now to
not
keep
wrong.
this PG-13, I haven't seen the back of your head in a number of years. How's the back doing?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well,
I mean that's a solid back of a head.
yeah. I just wasn't sure if we had we had the
Oh, I've got
little-
the yarmulke thing going.
yep,
Totally.
that's it,
Yeah,
the yarmulke.
yeah, that's my grandfather coming through on that. So,
There you go.
but whatever.
So you guys play anything fun this week? Watch anything fun? Anything come to mind?
I saw Superman.
Yeah, you were telling us about that before. You want to go into that a little?
I mean, so, I heard that James Gunn had some slight political messaging in it. I think people really blew that out over the top. I thought it was the best Superman movie to come out in a long time. One of the best superhero movies to come out in a long time. And I'm probably going to take my family to see it in a week or two.
So, what is your feeling on like the last Batman, the real dark one with Robert Pattinson?
Oh, you mean Bondage Riddler?
Yes.
It's a good movie, but it's there wasn't a whole lot of life in that movie. It was just very
I had
down, right?
I had super high expectations for that movie because like that's the tone of Batman I like is like super dark and gritty. That's the Ninja Turtles, the old Ninja Turtle comics. Like that's what I'm looking
Sure.
for. I want it to be very kind of adult oriented in the sense of violence and grit. And I agree with you on the Batman. I had super high expectations. It was a good movie.
It's a
Could
good
it have been
movie.
better? Could have been better? Absolutely. So it's I haven't watched it again. Let's put it that way. So
I mean, they could have picked someone who can actually act, not like
oh,
Robert Pattinson.
easy. Robert Pattinson is a damn good actor.
Nah, I'm sorry. I forgot you like the what's the vampire movie that you just can't get enough of?
Oh, I just love him. Just love him. No,
He
he's
loves the sparkly vampires.
that's. I doubt either of you seen. Have you guys seen The Lighthouse with him in it?
No.
And
I'm aware of it with Dafoe, William Dafoe. Yeah,
Willem Dafoe. Yeah,
Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
really good. I love that movie. Robert Eggers. I like most of his movies. So, I've actually reinstalled Diablo. I was playing a little Diablo 4, which is okay, and then I reinstalled Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Way better.
A lot of fun. It's that one definitely you can kind of feel its age. You can tell there's some quality of life stuff in Diablo 4. I'm thinking about dipping my toes in Path of Exile, but I've heard it's like Diablo on steroids.
I would tell you
So-
to go Baldur's Gate 3.
I have Baldur's Gate 3. I've played it a little bit, and it's enjoyable. It is fun. But it's, man, that is a very long game, and it's very intricate. So if you're not used to playing those kind of games, I almost, it's going to make me sound terrible. I almost get overwhelmed when there's that many dialogue options. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to say yes. That's why Link from Zelda is my favorite protagonist. He doesn't say anything. You know, I love him. That and Chrono Trigger, you know? Chrono.
So you like
Oh,
your
yeah,
game
yeah, yeah,
characters
you
like you
seem
like
like
your
a
women.
Oh,
I didn't say that.
ooh, oh boy,
Did not say that.
goodness.
I'll text your wife here shortly about that.
Don't worry. You can't surprise her with anything with me, all right? So,
Uh,
Taylor, you been doing anything good? If you don't mind me pitching this a little for you, you've been streaming a little. I was on your stream the other day. So.
yeah, I'm doing a little back into streaming and stuff. I blame you for kind of really, because I have a YouTube channel that I've had for years. Initially served as a vlog, and just kind of would put stuff up every now and again, and then stream every now and again. I was like, you know what, I'll stream a little bit. So just playing an old classic game of Ys Origin, playing a little bit of that. But I got it over here, but I started reading a book. I don't know, Graham, you won't really care for it, but
So judgmental right off the bat.
well, just because I think we might have talked about it for a moment, but this is rediscovering the Holy Spirit. It's kind of a biblical book there, or talk about that sort of thing. So
Holy
like,
Spirit, activate.
so
Yeah, it's
giving that a read there and seeing how that's
even among pretty devout Christians, the Holy Spirit is a very complex thing. It tends to be kind of hard to understand, I feel like.
right. So, and I got to read through it because I wanted because I had mentioned to a mutual friend of ours, Jared, that I got it a while back, and I never got back to him about my thoughts on it and stuff. But I know he would appreciate
Oh, for sure.
any sort of
he
talk about
devours
that. So
he devours books in general, but those kind of books, definitely. If you want stuff to read in that vein, he'll know for sure.
yeah.
So
But that I don't know, just been like doing a little bit more just kind of being out and about. I like to do little day travels and stuff, so
okay,
going
very
to
nice.
towns nearby and just going to restaurants and stuff like that. So nothing too fancy, nothing too that, and also continuing writing on the third book. So
Okay, very nice. All right, unless anybody else has something else to add, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into topic of the week.
Let's have it.
So this week's topic of the week is actually mine. Kind of ties into what Drew was talking about earlier. I want to talk about Marvel movies and what I've seen termed, and I would like to term as well, Marvel movie fatigue. How do you guys feel about that term? Like, I've never been the biggest comic book guy, but I still enjoyed some of the Marvel movies when they were first coming out. now I see stuff, and my family, my mom and my aunt recommend me stuff. Oh, you got to watch this Marvel show, or go see this Marvel movie. It's so great. And I have zero desire to see another Marvel IP ever. So back in the day, this was the same way for me, like when The Walking Dead was around with zombies. I felt like zombies were everywhere. They were in video games. They were, in movies, TV shows. It's like I don't care about zombies anymore. I feel like we overbloat the market so much with a certain genre or IP or whatever. It's so annoying. I can't stand it personally.
Yeah, I mean, I suffer from Marvel fatigue, but I don't think it's so much fatigue as they just keep pushing out crappy movie after crappy movie. It just seems like since the Avengers saga kind of concluded, we've just been in the cash grab era. Like, how do we recapture $1 billion movie? So let's just pump them out until we get one. And it's movies that people, they don't want, or, like Black Panther was a good movie. Yeah. And then Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah, Boseman, I think.
So yeah, he passes away. Instead of giving his character some dignity and time off, it's like, how do we capitalize on this? And here comes another movie. It's just it didn't need to happen. So yeah, they just need to chill out for a while and drip them out. Don't push them out the door. Just give us one movie a year, not 3, 4, or 5.
Instead of these giant phases that are like multimedia, and there's 2 shows, 3 movies, twice a year or whatever. I was listening to somebody else talk about it, and they said the thing they hated the most about it is how much the old stuff ties into the new. So you feel like you have to watch everything to get the full experience out of it, which is I don't have time for that. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say I'll push back on the movie frequency a little bit. I think part of the issue ends up being that it is multimedia. So it's like, oh, you got these movies, but then also you have a 10 episode series, and also this and this and this, and I think you try to mesh that all together. It does kind of,
for sure,
and turn into this, okay, we've got to keep track of this and stuff, and instead of like where if you have it contained to just being the movie, you could probably get away with having 2 or 3 throughout the year. I'm not when it really started kicking off, it was shortly before I left, and I was out of the country for a handful of years, and then I came back, so it was almost like that really, really got people shortly after the first Iron Man movie in 09 to 14. So like a lot of that, it's just kind of not really anything to me. So.
No, well, and the last thing I watched with really any curiosity, I can't remember, did Avengers Endgame come out before or after the last Spider-Man? Because there was like 3 Spider-Man.
It was before. I think Endgame came out before.
Okay, so it was probably the last Spider-Man that came out. That was probably the last one I watched, and I enjoyed some of the Spider-Man movies, and I liked the game a lot, the first game a lot. But like by the end of the 3rd Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, cool. It's Spider-Man. We get it. Let's move on. I felt the same way at the end of all the Star Wars stuff going on. I watched The Mandalorian. I really enjoyed the first season of The Mandalorian. I had such high hopes for the Book of Boba Fett. He was my favorite Star Wars character of all time. And I watched 3 episodes of it, and I was like, this is terrible. I was like, I don't even want to invest any more time in this. I think they totally ruined his character. And
they ruined Star Wars.
For overall, for sure. But I feel like they did Boba Fett really dirty. He's a ruthless bounty hunter. And now he's like, I got to protect the community. It's like, no, this is not Boba Fett. Boba Fett wants to kill people and he wants to bring in bounties and kill them if he has to. You know what I mean? So that was always Boba Fett to me. He was ruthless. He wasn't, I have to be a community manager now. It's like, no, this is a Civ game. We don't need to build up the population. So But you're not wrong about them ruining Star Wars.
Yeah,
It's
I think South Park said it the best, and I'll just leave it at that.
what did they say? I didn't see that one.
We'll talk about it later.
That's not podcast
Oh
appropriate.
boy. Oh boy.
So
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so
I
Star
used to
Trek
be.
was ruined for me 10, 15 years ago. So
Yeah,
welcome. Yeah.
I get
Welcome to the train of disappointment. Thank you, Abrams.
I get recommended Star Wars or Star Trek all the time too from my mom. She's a massive Star Trek fan, and I was like, I've never been a fan. Why are you
Well,
recommending?
they're
this to
different
me?
though. Like that's like
They
not
are
to like
different.
sidetracked. It's,
sure.
it's you got Flash Gordon space operatic stuff going on versus much more of a philosophical sci-fi thing going on.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the same. I like my space operatic stuff. I will stick with a bunch of other things. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, cough cough. But that's
I've heard that's really worth watching. I
it's
have.
it's pretty sweet. You want some violence?
I like violence, so
We're a futuristic society. Oh, let's just crash into each other and chop each other to bits with axes and stuff.
that's
Yeah.
what you do in the future, from what I've seen.
That's what you do.
Dead Space has taught me that, if anything. So I
Well,
guess
that's
let's,
just you to stomp, just repeatedly
dude,
stomp.
the stomp function in that game is one of my favorite things on earth. Just how much weight you can feel in that stomp is great. So I guess to broaden it, what do you guys think of the state of Hollywood in general right now?
It's just all about getting out a political message instead of a story. So I want everybody to take your agenda, whatever the hell it is, just put it aside and just make good stories. Because that's what I want to go see. That's what I will give my money to go see,
For sure.
is a story.
It's like one of the last movies I saw in theaters was Godzilla -0, which was great. And
Was it a -1?
yes, -1. Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm all
I'd
over
say
the place.
-0.
Minus
It's just
0.
all about the numbers today. All about the numbers today.
403.
Now the four of us will just stay here. Don't worry.
Right. Yeah. All 5 of us will be okay.
But I was also listening to a podcast, and they were talking about they believe that's a part of the reason why anime has been on such a big rise in like foreign entertainment, movies coming from Bollywood, stuff like that. That a lot of these foreign films and forms of entertainment aren't carrying that same kind of message. It's not even the message. It's almost the need to push it to the forefront of everything. It's like if you want to have entertainment has always had a message in it of some kind. It's this need to make it like the front and center of what you're telling or trying to get across. I'm totally fine with there being a message about XYZ or whatever it might be. Just don't make it literally the soul of the movie. Have some backbone in it as well. That's an interesting story or something, unique. I like it's expensive enough to go to the theater as it is, and I'm definitely not going to spend my money. I'll pull up every now and then and watch movie trailers, and I'm like, nothing here is interesting me at all. Zero amount. So
Yeah, I think it comes down to the deftness of the writing ability to be like, okay, whatever it is you want to talk about, that's fine. Just kind of, if you are just going to be that upfront with it, okay, then if somebody doesn't want to watch it, that's fine. But I think you miss out on like the spectacle as well. For some people, it's if they want to just kind of turn their brain off and just watch something with spectacle. I know somebody had mentioned to me that the latest what was it, latest Jurassic World movie that just came out.
yeah,
That they kind of enjoyed that, and I thought it was good and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's really not me. Like, I'm not a big movie person at all. The last movie I saw in theaters was the latest Evil Dead movie.
okay, yeah.
Which wasn't bad. It was all right. But like, I'm not a big movie person at all. I know, Graham, you and I went to a movie once with aforementioned Jared. I think it was Last Samurai.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Like, I think I could count on maybe both hands and toes how many movies I've been to, like, at all. Like, it's just not like, okay, yeah, if you go with people, that's one thing, but like, it's not really an opportunity that ever that came up too frequently for me.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, um, yeah. So I get bored too easily with it. Same thing with like TV shows. So it's just like I have too much maybe ADHD with when it comes to visual media. Well, it's just like because I want to focus so much on that, but there are just so many other things I want to do.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
I get it.
like like I want to writing takes so much energy and time, or if I'm fiddling around with something, or if I'm working on doing some YouTube video, or if I just want to go traveling or something, I can't sit there and like if it's something visual, I will want to sit there and watch it, and then I start getting antsy because then I want to do something else that I feel like will be more productive.
So I know, Drew, you probably watch more movies than any of us here. You're always recommending me movies and that kind of thing. How many movies are you going to see in the theaters now?
I mean, I would say I used to go at least every month, and
Yeah.
now maybe 4 a year.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, now I've seen a few this year because like a couple of my kids really wanted to see Dog Man. Just don't.
I mean, for kids. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean
But,
it was great, and then they all wanted to go see How to Train Your Dragon. Everybody wanted to see Minecraft.
yeah.
So I'd say family movies is kind of probably up a little bit. But I always you have to check in the reviews to make sure we're not pushing an agenda towards my young children. But movies for me, I saw Superman, and the last movie I saw before that was The Creator. Was the last movie I saw for myself.
Okay. Yeah, Brittany and I used to go a lot for date nights, and we've taken the girls to a few here and there. The last one I saw was Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, just because it looked super interesting. I like the director a lot. It was okay. The dude sets a scene so well. I mean, he really makes you feel like you're there. He does a great job. But I'm becoming more like Taylor in the sense of like it's got to really blow me away for me to dedicate my time to sitting through it or whatever. So
I wouldn't say blow me. Yeah, it's got to really ping an interest, and
yeah,
unfortunately, a lot of movies. I really don't because I'm trying to think. I think the last one I saw before that, I think I went with my dad to watch the one sports movie that came out after I came back to the States. And then before that, it was, I think I watched 3 movies in Japan over the span of 5 years. One of them was The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus,
okay,
which was the last Heath Ledger movie.
yep,
I was curious to see how they were going to try to do that when he passed away in the middle of filming. And then the the Dragon Ball Z movie because a bunch of coworkers wanted to see it and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, why not? It's stupid.
The
stupid
live
fun.
action.
No.
Okay. That
The
was
Battle of
so
the Gods.
bad.
Battle of the Gods. Battle of the
Okay.
Gods.
Okay.
I know. I had to. I watched that one on the flight to Japan, and like, I like this deserves that much of a size for me to watch, and then be snarky about it. But I can't remember what that. I think the other one was I saw it with a coworker as well. Was the Les Mis one that had Hugh Jackman.
okay.
Okay.
That one. And that was about the extent of it. Like I ain't big movie guy, so
Yeah, which I understand. So
yeah, because I'll probably fall asleep half the time.
The
my thing.
the How It Should Have Ended YouTube channel, they did How Logan Should Have Ended, and they did a big singing Les Mis number at the end. One of the funniest things I've ever seen, man. I was cracking up the whole time.
I'll tell you when I do choose a movie lately, it's been a lot of South Korean crime thrillers. There's one in particular I definitely recommend to you guys. I believe it's called I Saw the Devil. Super dark, real gritty. It's a great movie. And I've also been queuing up to watch some of the old like Hong Kong crime films. What's the one The Departed's based on? Trying to think of what it is. I can't remember it now. But some of those old like Chinese slash Hong Kong kind of like 90s crime
Sure.
movies. So I feel like some of that,
Like hard boiled.
yes, hard boiled stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, where John Woo got his start, kind of deal. So
Right.
I would say honestly for me, like I'm so tired of mainstream TV and movies. Like most of my excitement comes from a YouTube channel that I enjoy.
that's what I watch the majority of. Shout out to Papa Meat channel. If you never watched it, dude's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I watch way more content on YouTube now than I do stream, and I have pretty much all the streaming services. I do watch anime on Crunchyroll occasionally, but I haven't done that in a couple months now. So, which you've never been a big anime guy, Drew. Neither are you, Taylor. Really, you've seen a few.
I always get knocked as like, oh, you're the weeb guy. Look at the Kirby hats and all that kind of stuff, or
Never really
and
been
it's like,
into it.
really not. Like even with all the like game stuff, like I don't even play games really as much as other people. Like my interest for Japan didn't really, like, it's kind of like, oh, this is kind of neat and everything, but it's not like the big draw for me.
Yeah, it still is for my cousins. Obviously, one
Right.
lives there and the other goes over there like a couple times a year. What was the last anime you watched, Drew?
As Dragon Ball Z, is that considered anime?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
just checking. I mean,
that-
I'm
that's
I'm
the
not up
anime
on all
starter
the
pack.
I'm not up on all the hip terms. I think I'm the eldest one on the podcast here. So you kids,
Oh, okay.
Did you ever watch
Thanks,
Cowboy
Dad.
Bebop?
no.
I do recommend
watched
that
it.
one. It's very good.
I mean, I probably would. But I like space operas. There's a podcast. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll figure it out later. But I like the Vampire Hunter D. Was good. Bloodlust was fantastic movie.
Yes, it was.
I just watched that recently. And although I don't think it's considered anime. I just recently watched The Hobbit.
Oh, the
cartoon.
1970s.
Oh, the cartoon. It's so
I
good.
love that one.
So I took that, I ran it through Handbrake and MKV, and I up-resed it just a little bit. It looks so good on TV now.
Let me look at
Oh
something
man,
here.
I love the orc song where there's a whip, there's a way.
Oh, those
Like
funny little
Hunter-
birds. They had no wings.
Oh man, I haven't watched that in ages.
It's great.
He did not do that one. Okay, he did the Lord of the Rings. One of my favorite animators, like kind of obscure animators. His name is Ralph Bakshi. He's the one that did the Wizards cartoon I was telling you guys about that you were like, what the hell are you watching?
Yeah.
What is this?
Just,
Yeah, you're the weird one.
I don't
He,
know what drugs they legalized in Ohio, but stay off of it.
all of them, buddy.
It's Ohio.
We're doing
You
them all
really-
here. But
Do they need to be legalized?
so I think he did the cartoon version of Return of the King. That I can't remember if they did the Fellowship or if they just and Return of the King. I know they didn't do the complete series in a cartoon.
They did not do the complete.
Yeah, it's like chopped up. But he was involved in I thought he was involved in The Hobbit as well, but apparently that's a Rankin Bass production. It's a Rankin Bass joint. So, the guys that did Snowman, Frosty the Snowman, I believe they did I believe Rankin Bass did them. So, but yeah, I'm severely disappointed. I used to get excited to go see movies. So, I grew up loving movies. My grandmother, who I lived with for a long time, she worked at a video store, and she would record movies on VHS cassettes while she was there. This is going to
Did she
kind of
work
lead.
on the one in Marengo?
She might. I can't remember. She might have. She very well might have. It was a long, long time ago, and the room I stayed in, the closet was filled. The whole walls were filled with bootleg VHSs of movies that she recorded from the store. So the first time I ever watched Alien, which is like my top 3 favorite movie of all time, was on this bootleg video, super crappy resolution. It was awful looking, but I loved it. So, and I have no excitement for movies anymore at all. There's so many that I was like, it might be all right. The new Gladiator I was kind of interested in, but then I heard it was awful. I heard it was absolutely
No, that was one and done, man. The first one was so good.
why
leave
revisit
there.
it? I will say one that's they brought back that kind of impressed me was Alien Romulus. I feel like they finally did another Alien movie that was pretty decent. Alien Romulus was pretty good. So, since I brought up movie rental stores and stuff, let's go ahead and push this to Drew. What's your
jump
segment?
on in? So mine's Throwback. Throwback Tuesday or whatever the heck we're calling it. And I was trying to think of a broad topic, but figured let's try to narrow it in here. And I came up with like going to Blockbuster. Now for me, it wasn't really Blockbuster. There was a video store on Morse Road in Columbus, Ohio called Video Pursuit. My mom and I would go in there. Dad would take us occasionally, and I just remember he had all these VHS. Kids, if you don't know what that is, it's a big cassette tape. If you don't know what that is, I hate you. So you go in there and you grab your little tag and you take it up to the front. But what was great is the movie may not have been there. So you'd have disappointment, and you could potentially reserve it for like an extra buck. And, get yourself a secured spot in line. But, when you went to a smaller chain, you got to know people. I knew the people that worked there. They would always give me a wild cherry Pepsi, which was delicious. Wild cherry Pepsi's really old, apparently, because I'm old. And then they had just a giant tub of Pog. And if you don't know what Pog is, I also hate you, because Pog was always stupid, but I loved it. And they'd let me just take a handful of Pog, man, and go and be like, oh, yeah, I got like this super cool skull. And it was a totally different experience. Like, as a kid, there was always a room with a curtain across it. For the adults, I never got to cross the threshold because by the time I was an adult, it didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it was gone.
So what was behind the curtain, I'll never know. But
growing up, we used to go when I was really little, like when I first got it was my PlayStation or PlayStation 2. I think it was the PlayStation. Yeah, the original PlayStation. If you remember, they used to send out, like if you had a video game magazine subscription, they would send demo discs.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I first got my PlayStation, we weren't the best financially off, and I was young enough, I didn't have any money. Like 90% when I was a kid, I was either playing demos off the demo discs or going to the video store in Cinnaburg and renting games there. So we would go rent some games there, and we would occasionally rent movies. And then, and I have great fond memories of that. That was a blast going in, picking out a game or whatever. And then by the time I moved out on my own and I started dating my wife, that was another big date night for us. She lived pretty far away from me. So when we would go visit one another and stay for the night or whatever, we would, go out to eat, then hit up Blockbuster and grab a couple movies. And it was fun just perusing through everything. And by the time we went there, it was DVDs. And they would have the DVD cover, and you're like digging behind it. They'd have the actual movie case, and then behind it, they'd have the Blockbuster sleeves. And you're like, oh, there's none in stock this time. You'd have to come back or whatever. And I picked up it was awesome because I picked up some movies I never would have purchased. Give it a shot, give it a try. Old movies that I always kind of were interested in. I watched Raging Bull on a Blockbuster copy. I think I still have that because I never returned it. I wonder if Blockbuster's going to want that back now.
I'm going to call that last Blockbuster store, and they are going to be able to open up so many
I thought that
stores.
one was gone. I thought they closed that
Is
one
it?
down.
Oh, it's
finally.
tragic.
I could be wrong, but I could have thought.
Way to bring the whole mood down.
And then,
Jeez.
then after that, we did Redbox. I used to do a lot of Redbox. And what was when Netflix first started? And it was
Netflix was a rental service.
Yeah, rental disc delivery service. We did a lot of that too. So no, I miss those days. It's great having it on streaming where you can just access just about anything. It's annoying they spread it across like 8 different platforms, so I have to use an app to determine where it's at before I can look it up. But it's great having it on demand. But there was something special about that Friday night. You go out, they'd have like the Gobstoppers and all the candies there, like at the movie theater. You'd buy some of that, take it back.
Oh, they had like the special bucket. Like you could get a bucket that had a couple of sodas, candy, popcorn.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You used to get so pumped for that. You're like,
Oh, you did.
It was movie night, baby.
You had to get up and leave your house, see the
Yeah,
sun.
That's gone now. We just stay inside. We don't go anywhere. But how about you, Taylor?
I don't have these memories really. Like it was not something. Yeah, like it was just not something really got to do. The only thing I would ever do borrowing anything was really borrow movies and stuff from the Sunbury Library. Um, when I was a kid, but that was like in elementary school. Um, what, Drew?
Oh, I want the world to know there are still libraries that
Yeah,
have movies for you to rent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they still do. Yeah.
Our library also has board games and stuff you can rent.
Really, that's pretty
Yep, You can
cool.
check those out. Yep, it's very cool.
So, but yeah, it was not anything that we really did. I know my dad, because there was a stretch where after my parents got divorced where I didn't see him, and then when he came back into my life, he that would be something we would kind of do. They would rent movies every now and again, but then I really didn't like it because, and this is probably why I'm not as big into the movie thing, is because it's like I haven't seen you for years, and then all of a sudden we're seeing you, but then the little bit of time that I am seeing you, it's being spent watching a movie instead of spending time with you. And I get like if you're, if you have more time when you're spending with somebody to do that.
Sure.
But I guess that's why I'm a little bit more would prefer to be like active with somebody doing something as opposed to just kind of watching a movie or something.
So I don't know if you'll be able to answer this or not, but since you spent time over in Japan, was there a culture in that sense of like movie rentals and blockbusters?
Oh, they have a ton of that stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
they would have like Geo and I can't remember. Geo's the one I remember in particular, but they had a ton of them. But the thing is a lot of times they would actually rent out something and then burn it and then return it, so they would have it. It wasn't nearly as frowned upon.
I remember. Real quick, I remember
You go.
guys.
No, yeah.
Thanks, Drew.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I knew all kinds of people that would do that and burn them, and then they would have these servers. Essentially, were just media servers. Have thousands of movies on it. Where, hey, you need this? I got this. Drew's offered me a couple in the past.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing.
Wow, trying to throw somebody under the bus.
Hey,
What in new mercy
I think
is
the
that?
Well, I mean-
statute of limitation is over now. So
I can tell you, I've ripped at least half of my collection. So I still have binders full of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I will rip them and put them on a server media.
yeah, it's
But-
was a big thing.
My absolute favorite video store memory, Highland Pizza, Sparta, Ohio. I go there with Dan. We'd get a pizza. We'd get a movie. And we're looking for movies, and he just picks out the world's biggest booger you've ever seen in your life. I'm just like, wow, Dan, like, do something with that. So he takes a movie, he lifts it off the shelf, and he wipes his booger on the little wood shelf behind it and puts the movie back. And I'm just like, yep, that's Dan.
Yeah, that's a damn move.
That's
Yeah, so-
nasty.
I kid you not, though. Over the years, when I would go into Highland Pizza, I would move the DVD, whatever was in the spot, and that booger was there forever,
Oh, that's so gross.
just dried in all its glory. And I
Oh,
I didn't have the heart to move it, A, because it was disgusting, and B, it was like, how long will it be here?
Well, and it's nice to know like they're shoving food out of that establishment too.
Well,
I've
they
eaten
were-
Highland Pizza for years.
That's the fact that you survived all that nasty, horrible pizza. Just
It was rough.
horrendous pizza.
I don't think I ever ate there.
You're better off for it.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, that's the thing. You're moving out there, right? Moving out there only for the high school years is kind of hard to establish much of that. I remember, I think I had, what was it? No,
Pizza to go.
I think I had a
Rolling Dough.
chance to, but I didn't
Okay.
end up
Okay.
doing it because it was like one of the things where at school that we had, and I was just like, not really my
I
thing.
mean, it's still open. It's still popping. out there.
It's really still there.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
Ken's stuff runs it now, doesn't it?
This was years ago. Last I heard, he was running it.
Yeah.
I think didn't his dad run it?
His
I
dad
thought
ran it,
so.
yeah. His
Okay,
dad's
that's
name
what
was
I
Ken,
thought.
too, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we ate there. It's probably been 7 years since now. They used to have incredible cheese and bacon fries.
Bacon cheddar
And-
fries with sour cream, dog. Oh, so good.
When we'd come home from where Brittany was living at one time, we'd stop by and just pick up some fries there and sit in the back because they had that big extension now that they built like a restaurant in there. They have like hand dipped ice cream. As far as I know, it's still pretty big. So I haven't eaten
Wow.
there in years. That was our pizza place until there was a Donato's closer, and then my family started getting Donato's. So that was when it was still good. If you want to call back to the first episode, that's when it was still good. So, but no, I miss it. I do. Like I said, I love the convenience of just having it on demand now, and I think it's still cheaper than cable for all my streaming services, but it's not
Oh,
much.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's not much.
I don't
if
know,
it
man.
is,
You know they all talk together too. Hey, I'm gonna get this movie just so someone has to come over, and then the next good one you get it, so they have to buy your services.
Oh, yeah.
It's a scheme.
So there's a couple like the Disney Plus. I was super excited when it was coming out, and the only thing I watch on it now is The Simpsons are on there, but my kids still watch it. There's movies on there all the time they watch. That's one I'd love to cancel. I usually just watch HBO, the HBO Max one.
I watch Bluey. I enjoy Bluey. Yeah.
It's good for a kids cartoon.
I'm telling you, I could sit there and watch it. It's like I feel like that dad right now. The only time I was like they're horrible to write the show the way they do is when the episode where they were hungover and they gave in to the kids at the end and like, oh, we're gonna just give you that burst. No, go get on the computer and bring me some chips. Like that's it. It's done. This is a do what you want day. Just don't hurt each other.
Now, have you had any success introducing your kids to like cartoons you watched as a kid? Because I've tried to do like Goof Troop and DuckTales, and
Great.
they showed zero interest. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, this is dumb.
absolutely zero. The only one is SpongeBob, and that's my wife's cartoon.
Yeah, I was never a big SpongeBob guy. So I watched actually a couple episodes. I was watching something else and it like automatically rolled over to it. So I watched like an episode and I was like, all right, this isn't as bad as I thought, it was going to be. But it's not something I'm going to sit around and watch either.
Yep.
It's like to me, whenever I catch any of it, it always makes me think of a very, polished is the word I'm going to use, but I don't think it's the right word to use. But very polished Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
It's
So that's what it always makes me think of with the visual gags and just kind of the general energy of it.
and way
I'm like,
toned
okay.
down.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Because Ren and Stimpy could get a little wild. So,
It was pretty wild.
but yeah,
Stimpy, weed.
really anything I watch in that sense is maybe some stuff on Adult Swim because I still love Adult Swim. I think they do great stuff. And that was my introduction to anime other than Dragon Ball Z was watching. You fall asleep on your family's couch and wake up at like 2 a.m. and Cowboy Bebop or, Trigun or something is on. So, but like I watched recently Happy Friends from Adult Swim. This cartoon is very funny. It's very interesting, but very funny. So like I said, I love weird esoteric animation. So
I think I used to watch. It was called Home Movies.
whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Great,
Just
great show.
So I don't
If
even.
you're not good at anything, just
it.
give up.
Yeah. Don't even know if I could watch that today, but it captivated me back then.
That's the guy that played what is it, Coach
Patrick Warburton, isn't it?
No,
I can't remember.
Is it HJ or HG Benjamin or HJ Benjamin? He does the voice of Bob's in Bob's Burgers.
Okay. Yeah. Great show.
Yeah,
Great show there.
The guy's name was like Coach McGruff or something like that. He was like the word.
Quirk or something.
It was something weird.
Something. Yeah.
It was a strange show. But I used to watch home movies.
What was that stupid fast food one you watched?
Oh, Aqua
he's talking
Teen
about
Hunger
Aqua Teen
Force.
Hunger
Oh
Force.
my
Yeah.
gosh, man! Just why? Why did that exist?
Because Carl is one of the greatest cartoon characters that's ever. Their fat, balding neighbor was so funny. Oh,
Lettuce matters.
Eat your carpet. Shut up and eat your carpet. We gotta go to work. Love it. I'll be honest. Almost 40. It's hard to sit through now. It doesn't hit quite the
Is
same.
it?
I used to love the Clerks cartoon. If you've never seen the Clerks cartoon, the guys that did the Clerks movies obviously did it, and it was really funny too. That's some very funny bits. So it was very Family Guy-esque, if you will. Which does anybody watch that anymore?
No.
Yeah, that kind of fell off for me. So
Anything that lasts for more than 20 years is just, it's got to go. It's time for something new and fresh.
well, even as big of a Simpsons fan as I am, I don't watch past the 11th season. I'll be honest. So I usually the 11th season's over, and I'm like, all right, let's go back to the beginning, watch from the beginning again. So, all right, Taylor, I think we're at a good point here where we can move into your segment.
All right. So, yeah, this is kind of being reflective and things, maybe a lesson you learned from the week prior. And I guess it's something that's dawned on me more recently with things is just learning to not allow other people's actions to change how you act towards them. And I guess what I mean by that is like if you're a very outgoing person and then all of a sudden you run into somebody who's, maybe it's like a coworker or, a friend or family who's just kind of gruff McGruff, or to borrow from SpongeBob, they are the Squidward in your life. To not allow their behaviors to change how you act, not even just in general, but also toward them. I think taking the SpongeBob approach and just being sickeningly saccharine sweet or simple is how you should go about doing things. Because not only should you, because you're being true to yourself. So right. So if you're twisting your personality to try to satiate or comfort another person because they just don't like it. I mean, it's one thing to like be like, okay, you want to be quiet, you want quiet, we can be quiet. That's not what I mean here. It's more of like, oh, okay, you don't like me because I am, to keep with the SpongeBob, I am a goofy goober. Then well, that's fine. I am still gonna be that goofy goober.
We're all goofy goobers.
Goofy goobers, and I think that I see a lot of times when just reading how people in like comment sections for when it comes to either articles talking about like with psychology, we're talking about like people that, like, I'm not a big psychology fan because I feel like people will learn about psychology or people will talk about psychology and then they have all these different terms for things. However, it's like a broad brushstroke of an individual instead of knowing the individual. And then because they have the broad brushstroke, they're like, well, they are like X, so I need to do 1 and 3 to either try to fit with that, or a lot of times I see it's like, well, if they aren't matching your energy, you should just kind of walk away from them and just disassociate from them. Well, not but just not associate with them. And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I think unless it's something egregiously done to you or something that you see them do to somebody else, they should like. Really, I don't think it's a good way to go about things. To be like, well, okay, this person is going to be this hermit grouch, so we're just going to let them be that way. And maybe they just need somebody to just kind of like, it's okay to be that hermit grouch, but at the same hand, we're going to be annoying and try to see if we can break you out of the shell, kind of thing. So.
I agree with that to an extent. I think it's also kind of based on patterns and how often it is, and like if there's somebody that's a grouch to me or whatever, we always have the saying, "Kill them with kindness," kind of deal.
Mm.
Even if they're being rude to you or whatever, just kill them with kindness. But also, if I'm around somebody that's consistently showing that in a sense of like they don't like me and they don't want to be around me or they have an issue with me, I'm also not going to go out of my way for, I'm going to very much start to not even remove them from my life, but I'm not going to invest any time in them. Um,
Mm.
and I found that, this is going to sound kind of harsh, but I found that in the sense of friends as well. I've been talking with one of my daughters about this. She wants to be everybody's friend. And, at her age, you don't really know any better. And I'm trying to tell her, like, look, you're unfortunately not everybody's going to like you, and they might not have a reason. There's a good chance there's not going to have a reason, and you just can't be friends with everybody, and that's okay. Um, Quality of friends is much better than quantity of friends. So if it's somebody I don't think that's acting like that or whatever, that I don't think is going to be a quality friendship, I will still be kind to them. I will still treat them like I would anybody else, any other friend. But I'm not going to invest that kind of time that I would with a friend that I find to be a quality friend. Um, so if they want to be over there and be a grouch, that's fine. You can be a grouch, but that also doesn't mean I need to go over there and support you in being your grouch and try to actively help you or something along those lines. If it's a one-off thing, we're having a bad day and I can pick them up, absolutely. But if every time I meet you, you're just kind of a jerk or whatever, my life is too short and my quality friends are too dear to me to waste my time on that. I'll be pleasant. We can talk and we can have a friendship, but you're not going to be like in my top 5 list of friends. I'm not going to go out of my way for you at that point.
So for me, I'll just tell you, I am very much, I go along with your vein there quite a bit, Graham. I have a very small, close knit group of friends that I don't often even have a whole lot of personal time for. I mean, luckily, most of them I work with or I go to church with, and a couple will play golf, once a month, once every couple months, and that's great. We'll have good banter, especially at work. But you know, when I get home, I want to spend time with my wife and my kids. And then what little time I have left, I want it to be on, one of my interests. So when I do find friend time, it's again, it's a selective group. But to step aside from personal time at work, this happens all the time. So, you know, I don't do well in toxic environments. I don't think anybody does. Like if the attitude is just deplorable, that's just how you're gonna act at work. And I mean, who wants to go do that? You already don't generally want to be at work, right? So when you're there, you want to have people that you enjoy hanging out with, you have a good time talking with. If they have a sour attitude, I'm the guy that tries to get someone out of that funk. And like, hey, let's just find the good part about the day. About 2 years ago, we had a really toxic guy, and we had a new hire that immediately adopted that dude's personality. And I was like, first time I worked with him in like 6 months, I was like, whoa. So what are you doing? He goes, what, man? I go, you ain't been here long enough to have an attitude, man. You're gonna cut that. Who you been working with? He said. I was like, nah, yeah, just forget that. I was like, you can't act this way. Like, we're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna work 8 hours. We're gonna go home. And I used my attitude to change him, to just get him out of that negative Nanciness, because I mean, I don't have time. And then to coincide with my lack of time, I also don't beat around the bush. It's just, I'm going right through that bush, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it is up front. And you may like me, you may not like me. I had a lady that said, I can't believe you have any friends. And I'm like, I got some good ones, but not a lot of them. So,
No. Well, and to speak to the at work thing, yeah, you're kind of forced to work with those people, whether they're sour or otherwise. And to, like you're saying, if someone's in that mood, I'll try to, hey, let's look at the bright. We're stuck in this together. Let's get through this. Like, what's the positive here? But if I'm not making any ground there, I'm not going to invest a lot of time in that. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. If you want to be that way, because there's some ownership from the other person as well. Look, I'm trying here, but you got to reciprocate. And if this is how you want to act, it's more on you than it is me. So I don't know if we're targeting at all what you're talking about, Taylor, or
Yeah, kind of, but I think I think I may have not have, I don't mean that in the sense of everybody and like going out of your way if somebody will. I mean, yeah, like their behavior doesn't dictate how you should act is kind of more, you have the patience. And if they're going to be a grouch all the time, you're not sure. You can try to like, I bring up the SpongeBob thing because I think it does ping on it pretty well. Dude's his neighbor. Squidward's his neighbor. So of course he, in trying to like have a good neighborly sense, trying to really crack that armor, so to say. But yeah, if it's like coworkers or something, if it's if like, I think of my brother and my mother really butt heads a lot, and my brother will just kind of shut down to where if something, even if it's not egregious, or at least what I would think would be an egregious act done to him kind of thing, he will just kind of hold on to it a little too long, and then he'll just be like, oh, I'm just gonna cut off, I'm just gonna like completely shut down. And it's like, why? Like, okay, yeah, she said or did something annoying to you, why do that to yourself and have this agitation, and then every time she tries to call you, you get even more exacerbated and agitated about it? Why are you letting that affect you? If anything, just kind of calm down, have the open field for her to kind of quote unquote redeem herself in what you think you're going for. Don't just like, I guess that's kind of what I'm going for. Give the, if it's something that's not egregious, give the other person an opportunity to play in that field, so to say.
I'm all for it. And to speak about our Dragonbane, it's like water off a duck's back, baby, right? You just right off the back. Yeah, dude, unless someone's straight telling me I'm a human piece of garbage to my face, they have a negative attitude. My goal is to help them, right? I'm not going to let them drag me down, because, boy, that could be a long day. Or you could be over at their house and, the ladies are over there talking. You're sitting there and you're like, oh, man, what a game. Yeah. It's like, come on, dude. Now we're going to find something good, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's the Buckeyes losing to Michigan for how many years in a row now?
Why are we bringing this up? Why do we do that? That was completely
Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it bring you down. Okay.
Hey, don't let it bring you down. Come on now.
But it's going to. That's why we can't talk
national
about it.
national
Right.
champions. National
Yeah, I
champions.
know. Thank God for that, at least.
Where's your guys' ring at for playing? No, that's right.
Don't be that kind of fan. I already had to tell someone.
Don't be that fan.
Don't
I
be
ain't
that fan.
I ain't a fan.
Every
Don't
fan,
be that guy.
Every
See,
guy
this
is that guy. Let's be real. Right?
Graham, that was egregious, and I think we know what we have to do.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, when we start distancing ourselves from you, Taylor, you know why.
All right.
All right. Well, we're getting close to about an hour. Is there anything anybody else would like to add, or?
Oh man, is there? Taylor?
Oh,
I do have a question, because I was thinking about playing a game.
oh boy.
I was gonna play A Link to the Past, but I'm not getting a subscription to Nintendo, so I might have a handheld. I just gotta find the charger for it, and I might have it on there. Nothing I ordered from the eBay or nothing.
Oh, no.
But did anybody ever play Sea of Stars?
Yeah, very good.
Did
I
you
didn't
beat
finish it. I did not.
Of course.
I did
I
not
still
finish
need
it.
to play it.
It's
So
very
Chrono
good.
Trigger, how's it coming?
No, I haven't touched it since last week. So
Oof.
no, it's very Chrono Trigger-esque. It's a very fun game. It's very enjoyable. So I
already own that.
Because I loved The Messenger. The Messenger's such a fun game.
What's
don't know
that on?
one.
it's an indie one, but that's from the same people who
I don't
did
I don't
Sea
mind
of
indie at
Stars.
all.
Oh,
I've
okay.
had some. I've
Um,
Yeah.
loved some shorter indie
but
games.
well, it's a slightly bit longer, but it's broken up into two parts. First part is pretty straightforward, um, platforming, and
Okay.
then the second half of it is kind of like Metroidvania style. But fantastic music, and you are like a ninja running around trying to be
Ooh.
a messenger for something. I'll leave it at that. But there's a little bit of a wink and nod to the stuff that comes from that, or like that Sea of Stars is. I don't know if how much it might tie into it, but yeah, Messenger's got some phenomenal music.
Okay. I
Such
have to
good
keep that one
music.
in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, so highly recommend it.
All right, then, guys. I think here's a good place to go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Also, drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think, or if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or whatever. You can follow us on social media at Life Around 40 Pod on Instagram and X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping by the time we air this, we're going to also have some podcasts on some of the audio listening platforms as well. So you can listen to it on your drive in, drive out, wherever. That's where I listen to most of mine. So, again, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one. Thank you.
Have a good night.